Dismantle your entitlement. Earn your success. Entitlement is a silent enemy. It whispers in our ear, telling us we deserve more than we've earned, that success should come without sacrifice, without toil. But here, this life does not owe us anything. The path to greatness is not paved by expectations, but by actions. It is carved through sweat, resilience, and the courage to face discomfort head-on. The sooner we shed the illusion of entitlement, the sooner we can begin to forge our true success. It is not given. It is earned through struggle, through growth, and through relentless pursuit of our better selves. The illusion of entitlement, a trap of the mind. Entitlement is a dangerous mindset, one that promises much but delivers nothing. It begins with a belief that we are inherently deserving of success, recognition, and comfort, regardless of the effort we put forth. It creeps into our thoughts, shaping how we see the world and how we expect the world to see us. We begin to believe that because we are alive, because we exist, we should be handed the rewards that others toil for. But such thinking is nothing more than an illusion, a self-imposed trap that prevents us from understanding the true value of success. The moment we believe we are entitled to anything, we relinquish our power to shape our own destiny. We stop acting, stop striving, stop fighting for what we want. Why work for something if we believe it should come easily? Why endure hardship or sacrifice if we feel the world should simply deliver? In truth, it is this very mindset that keeps us stagnant. We fall into a cycle of passivity, waiting for things to come to us, as if success is some gift the universe is obligated to bestow. But success is not a gift, it is earned. It is the result of deliberate, focused effort, of enduring the trials that life throws at us, of learning from our failures, and of growing stronger with each challenge. It is the product of patience, perseverance, and the willingness to do what others won't. Those who have achieved greatness, true greatness, did not expect it. They worked for it, often in the face of overwhelming odds, often when no one was watching, and often when it seemed like success was an impossible dream. The Stoic mindset teaches us to reject the notion of entitlement. It reminds us that nothing in life is owed to us. We are not guaranteed success simply by virtue of our existence. The world does not owe us recognition, wealth, or comfort. But what it does offer is the opportunity to earn those things, to work for them with integrity, and to find fulfillment in the process itself. By embracing this truth, we free ourselves from the trap of entitlement and open ourselves to the true power of our own potential. When we cease to expect the world to hand us success, we begin to see clearly the steps we must take to achieve it. We stop wasting energy on bitterness, resentment, and frustration, and instead we direct that energy toward action. Success is not something we wait for, it is something we create. And it is only by dismantling the illusion of entitlement that we can begin to build the life we truly desire. Success isn't given, it's earned through struggle. In a world that often glorifies ease, comfort, and instant gratification, we are led to believe that success should come effortlessly, like a right rather than a reward. We look at those who have achieved great things and think, why not me? We think that if we just wait long enough, if we just wish hard enough, the doors to success will open for us. But this, my friends, is a dangerous illusion. Success is never given. It is earned through sweat, sacrifice, and, above all, struggle. The Stoics knew this truth well. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, understood that life is filled with challenges that must be met head-on with grit and resolve. Success is the result of a constant battle, not against the world, but against our own limitations, doubts, and fears. It is earned through discipline, through waking up every day and choosing to push forward, even when the path is unclear, even when the odds are against us. The struggle is not something to avoid, it is the very forge in which our character is shaped. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without challenge, there is no progress. Each hardship we face is an opportunity, a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling what lies ahead. The path to success is not a smooth, straight line. It is a winding road, often rocky and uneven, but it is in that very unevenness that we find our strength. Those who succeed are not those who have never fallen, but those who have risen after every fall. They are the ones who kept going when others quit, who found their way through the darkest of times. They understood that success does not come to those who wait for it, but to those who earn it through their actions, through their relentless pursuit of their goals, and through their willingness to embrace the struggle that comes with the journey. When we begin to understand this truth that success is earned, not given, we stop looking for shortcuts and begin to embrace the effort. We stop seeking the easy way out and start recognizing that the hard road is often the one that leads to true growth. Every setback, every obstacle, every failure is not a sign that success is out of reach, but rather a test of our resolve. It is a reminder that the reward is only meaningful when it is earned through perseverance, through the willingness to fight, and through the strength to continue, no matter what. So if you are tired, if you are weary, if you feel like giving up, remember this: the struggle is the very thing that will make your success meaningful. It is the struggle that will shape you, refine you, and prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. And it is only through embracing the struggle, through earning your success, that you will truly find fulfillment. Success is not handed out, it is built one challenge at a time. The cost of expectation, the price of mediocrity. Expectations are a dangerous thing. We all carry them with us, often unconsciously shaping the way we approach life, work, and even relationships. We expect to be rewarded for our time, our effort, our existence, as if simply showing up is enough. But this mindset comes at a high cost. The more we live with entitlement, the more we devalue the effort required to achieve greatness. We begin to expect things we haven't earned, and in doing so, we become comfortable with mediocrity. The problem with expectations is that they breed complacency. When we believe we are entitled to success without the work, we stop pushing ourselves. We stop striving for more. We begin to settle for what is easy, what is comfortable, what is familiar. The drive to excel fades, and with it, the potential for real achievement. Expectation unchecked locks us in a cage of our own making, preventing us from reaching beyond the ordinary to grasp the extraordinary. It is easy to see how this mindset creeps into our lives. We expect to land the job without putting in the effort, to gain recognition without earning it, to live a life of ease without paying the price of hard work. But the truth is that life does not reward those who expect without action. It rewards those who work, those who show up day after day, even when it seems like the odds are against them. Mediocrity is the result of expecting rewards without sacrifice. It is the consequence of believing that effort is optional, that success is something we deserve by default. The Stoics understood this well. They knew that greatness is never achieved through expectation, but through effort, through discipline, through sacrifice. They taught that we must focus on what we can control, the effort we put in, the decisions we make, the attitude we adopt, and not waste energy on what we think we deserve. Expectation is the enemy of progress because it blinds us to the truth. Nothing worthwhile comes without hard work. No success is truly satisfying without struggle. We must ask ourselves, what price are we willing to pay for the life we desire? Are we willing to give up our sense of entitlement, to reject the idea that the world owes us anything in order to earn our success? Are we ready to stop expecting and start working? For it is only when we remove the weight of expectation that we are free to do what it takes to become the person we were meant to be. The cost of expectation is mediocrity. It is the price we pay when we think we are entitled to something without earning it. But if we are willing to let go of our expectations and put in the effort, we will see the rewards of a life lived with purpose, dedication, and perseverance. True success is not born from what we expect, but from what we are willing to give in order to achieve it. Embrace discomfort, the key to true growth. Comfort is a silent killer of progress. We seek it, we crave it, we build our lives around it, believing that once we are comfortable, we will be happy. But comfort, in truth, is the enemy of growth. The moment we settle into the comfort of familiarity, we stop evolving. We stop challenging ourselves. We stop becoming better versions of who we are meant to be. The Stoics taught us that true growth comes only through discomfort. To grow is to stretch beyond what is easy, to step into the unknown, to face the fears and doubts that come with pursuing something greater than ourselves. It is in the uncomfortable moments, in the struggles and setbacks, that we find our strength. Every time we step into discomfort, we are forced to confront parts of ourselves we would rather ignore, our weaknesses, our insecurities, our limitations. But in that confrontation lies the opportunity for transformation. When we avoid discomfort, we stagnate. We begin to live a life of safety, of routine, of mediocrity. We avoid the hard conversations, the difficult decisions, the moments that push us to grow. We seek the path of least resistance, and in doing so, we lose the very essence of what it means to be alive. Life is not about avoiding discomfort, it is about embracing it. It is about understanding that discomfort is a sign that we are on the right path, that we are pushing the boundaries of our capabilities and expanding our horizons. Discomfort is not a sign that we are failing, it is a sign that we are learning. It is in the moments of struggle that we learn the most about ourselves. When we are tested, we discover our resilience, our ability to adapt, our strength to keep going even when the road is tough. Each challenge is an opportunity to strengthen our character, to refine our skills, to build a foundation of discipline that will carry us through whatever life throws our way. The Stoics understood that life is full of hardship, but they also knew that hardship is what makes us stronger. They taught that we should not seek comfort, but instead we should seek the lessons that come from discomfort. We should approach life with the mindset that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, that every uncomfortable moment is a chance to become more than we were yesterday. If we want true growth, we must learn to embrace discomfort. We must stop running from the things that scare us, the things that challenge us, the things that push us to be more than we thought we could be. Success does not come to those who seek comfort. It comes to those who are willing to step into the unknown, to face the discomfort head-on, and to emerge stronger and more capable than they were before. So, the next time you are faced with discomfort, don't shrink from it. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Welcome it as a friend, for it is through discomfort that you will find your true potential. The path to greatness is not paved with ease, it is forged in the fires of struggle, and it is only through embracing discomfort that you will truly grow into the person you are meant to be. Resilience in the face of rejection, fuel for progress. Rejection is a universal experience, one that none of us can escape. Whether it's the sting of a failed attempt, the cold silence after a pitch, or the crushing weight of dreams unfulfilled, rejection has a way of making us question our worth, our ability, and our future. Yet it is not rejection itself that defines us, but how we respond to it, how we rise in the face of it, how we allow it to shape us or break us. The Stoic mindset teaches us that rejection is not a personal attack. It is not a reflection of our value, nor is it a sign that we should give up. It is simply a part of the journey, a necessary step on the path to success. Rejection is not the end. It is a lesson, an opportunity to grow, to refine our approach, and to strengthen our resolve. The Stoics understood that true strength is not measured by how many times we succeed, but by how many times we are knocked down and how we choose to rise again. In fact, rejection, when viewed through the lens of resilience, becomes fuel for progress. Every no is an invitation to try harder, to work smarter, to improve. It is not a wall, it is a stepping stone. The most successful individuals are those who have faced rejection head-on, who have allowed it to ignite a fire within them, a fire that drives them to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. They don't allow rejection to define them. They define themselves by how they respond to it. Each rejection is a lesson in perseverance. It teaches us that we are not entitled to success, but that we must work for it. It reminds us that the path to greatness is not linear. It is filled with detours, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But those who succeed are the ones who don't let rejection derail them. They understand that rejection is not failure. Failure is not in being told no, failure is in giving up. Rejection, in truth, is an opportunity to take a step back, assess, and come back stronger. The key to resilience is not avoiding rejection, but embracing it as part of the process. Every rejection is a chance to refine our strategy, to sharpen our skills, to grow in ways we never thought possible. It is a test of character. Will we succumb to discouragement, or will we rise, dust ourselves off, and keep pushing forward? The Stoic response is clear: do not take rejection personally. Do not let it shake your belief in yourself. Use it as a springboard to greater things. Success is not achieved by avoiding failure or rejection. It is achieved by developing the resilience to face them, to learn from them, and to continue onward with even greater determination. Each rejection carries within it the seed of future success, if we have the courage to look beyond the immediate pain and see the opportunity for growth. So, when rejection comes, and it will let it fuel your progress. Let it strengthen your resolve. Let it remind you that you are capable of more than you know, and that no single no can stop you from reaching your goals. Embrace rejection as the fuel that propels you forward, for it is through resilience in the face of rejection that you will find the strength to achieve what you once thought impossible. The power of effort, rewriting your narrative. We are all born with a story, a narrative shaped by our circumstances, our upbringing, and the world around us. But what many fail to realize is that this narrative is not fixed. It is not set in stone. It is written, not by fate or by chance, but by the effort we put forth every single day. The story you tell yourself about who you are, what you can achieve, and what you are capable of is not the final draft. It is an ongoing process, one that is rewritten with each choice you make. The Stoics understood the profound power of effort in shaping one's life. They knew that while we cannot control every circumstance, we can control how we respond to those circumstances. It is not the challenges we face that define us, but how we choose to face them. Effort is the tool with which we rewrite our narrative, with which we transform our circumstances into something greater than we ever imagined. No matter where you start, no matter what you've been through, you have the power to change the direction of your life through effort. It is through the consistent application of effort, day in and day out, that you create a new path, one that aligns with your true potential. Success is not a stroke of luck, nor is it a matter of waiting for the right time. Success is a result of continuous, deliberate effort, the willingness to show up even when it's hard, to keep going even when the outcome seems uncertain. The narrative you are living today is the direct result of the effort you have invested thus far. If you are not where you want to be, ask yourself, have I given my all? Have I truly put in the work? Effort is not about doing what is easy. It is about doing what is necessary, even when it feels like the world is against you, even when success seems distant. It is about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that your consistent effort will eventually lead you to the place you desire. Many of us fall into the trap of believing that our past defines our future, that our current situation is a permanent reflection of our worth. But that is not the truth. The truth is that we have the power to rewrite our story. Every effort, every decision, every small action compounds over time, building a new narrative. If you want to become the person you've always dreamed of being, you must stop waiting for the perfect moment and start putting in the effort today. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it is your effort that will determine your future. Effort is not just about working harder, it's about working smarter, with intention, with purpose. It's about staying true to your values, even when the world pushes you to compromise. It's about making choices that align with the life you want to create, even when those choices are difficult or unpopular. Effort is the currency with which you purchase the life you desire, and it is always within your control. So, take ownership of your story. Stop waiting for circumstances to change and start rewriting your narrative through deliberate, focused effort. Your future is not defined by what you've been through. It is defined by what you do with the time you have left. Every moment is an opportunity to shape the person you are becoming, and every effort you make brings you one step closer to the life you want to lead. Your story is yours to write, and it is the power of effort that will determine how it unfolds. You are the architect of your own destiny. Too often we look outside ourselves for validation, for direction, for permission to live the life we truly want. We seek approval from others, as though they hold the keys to our potential, waiting for them to unlock the doors that lead us to success. But the truth is far simpler. We are the architects of our own destiny. No one else holds that power. No one else determines what we can achieve. The choices we make, the actions we take, and the belief we have in our own ability to shape our future are the true forces that mold our lives. The Stoics understood this deeply. They knew that external circumstances are largely beyond our control, but that our internal responses, our attitudes, our decisions, and our commitment to our principles are entirely within our grasp. The path to fulfillment and greatness is not something handed to us by fate. It is something we must build brick by brick through our own effort and resolve. The key to understanding your power lies in recognizing that you are not a passive observer in your life. You are an active participant. You are the creator of your own future. The decisions you make today, no matter how small they may seem, shape the person you will become tomorrow. Your destiny is not a random series of events, but the result of conscious choices and deliberate actions. When we take full responsibility for our lives, when we stop blaming others or external circumstances for where we are, we free ourselves from the chains of passivity. We begin to see ourselves not as victims of fate, but as creators of our own reality. The future is not something that happens to us. It is something we create through our choices, through our work, and through our persistence. So often we fall into the trap of waiting for opportunities to come to us, for the right moment to arrive. We think that we must be in the perfect place with the perfect resources to begin our journey. But this is a fallacy. The truth is that you already have everything you need to start building your destiny. All that is required is the courage to take the first step, to take ownership of your journey, and to trust that with each decision you make, you are moving closer to the person you want to become. The Stoics taught us that we must focus on what we can control: our actions, our thoughts, and our attitudes. Everything else, all the external circumstances, are beyond our influence, and so it is foolish to waste time worrying about things we cannot change. The only thing that truly matters is how we respond to the challenges life throws at us. How we choose to build our future, one decision at a time. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you think about it. Stop looking outside yourself for the answers, for the validation, for the approval. You are the architect of your own destiny. Every choice you make, every action you take, is part of the blueprint for your future. You have the power to design the life you want. You have the ability to shape your own path, no matter where you start. So, take responsibility for your destiny. Build the life you want to live step by step, decision by decision. Do not wait for others to give you permission. Do not wait for the world to give you what you think you deserve. You are the architect, and it is time to design the life you have always dreamed of. The value of patience. Trust the process. In our fast-paced, instant gratification world, patience has become a rare and undervalued virtue. We live in an age where everything is expected to happen quickly: success, wealth, recognition, personal growth. We want results now, and we are often disheartened when things don't unfold according to our desired timeline. But the Stoic wisdom teaches us that patience is not passive, It is an active choice, a powerful tool for enduring hardship, learning, and achieving long-term success. Patience is not about waiting idly for things to happen. It is the recognition that meaningful progress takes time, that true mastery requires continuous effort, and that success is the result of sustained, deliberate action. It is understanding that the most important things in life, the ones that bring true fulfillment, are not given to us overnight. They are cultivated over time, nurtured through persistence, discipline, and the willingness to keep going even when the rewards seem distant or uncertain. The Stoics knew that life does not move according to our personal timelines. The journey to greatness is not linear. It is full of twists, setbacks, and moments of doubt. They understood that in times of adversity, patience is not just a tool to survive, but a practice that allows us to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Patience teaches us to trust the process, to surrender to the flow of life, and to have faith that, as long as we continue to put in the work, the results will come. Every great achievement in history has taken time. The most profound personal growth often occurs in the moments when we feel the most frustrated, when the progress seems slow and invisible. But it is precisely in those moments that we must hold fast to patience. We must trust that our efforts are not in vain, that the seeds we plant today will eventually bear fruit. Just as the seasons change, so too does the trajectory of our lives. What we put in now will eventually blossom into something beautiful if we give it the time it needs. Patience also teaches us to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. In our pursuit of success, it is easy to become fixated on the end goal, to measure our worth and progress solely by the outcome. But the Stoics knew that it is not the destination that brings fulfillment, but the process itself. It is in the small, daily actions, the choices we make, the effort we put in, that we find true growth. Every step, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is a part of the greater whole. To practice patience is to develop resilience in the face of uncertainty. It is to trust that the work you put in today will eventually lead you to where you want to go, even if it doesn't happen on your desired timeline. It is to embrace the idea that growth is not a sprint, but a marathon, one that requires steady, consistent effort and a belief that the rewards will come when the time is right. So when you feel impatient, when you are tempted to give up because the results aren't coming fast enough, remember this: trust the process. Trust that your effort is making a difference, even if you cannot see the results right away. Allow yourself to embrace the beauty of the journey, knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal. Patience is not about waiting for life to unfold. It is about trusting that, with every action you take, you are shaping your future and creating the life you desire. Discipline over motivation. The secret to consistency. Motivation is a fleeting companion. It comes and goes, a spark that ignites our enthusiasm one day and fades into nothingness the next. When we rely solely on motivation, we set ourselves up for inconsistency. We wait for the burst of energy, the sudden rush of inspiration, to push us forward. But what happens when that motivation is absent? What happens when the spark fades? Too often we find ourselves stuck, unwilling to move because the drive we once felt is nowhere to be found. This is where discipline steps in. Discipline is the foundation upon which long-term success is built. Unlike motivation, which is external and unpredictable, discipline is internal and unwavering. It is the commitment to show up every day, regardless of how we feel, and to continue working toward our goals with focus and determination. Discipline does not require motivation, it creates momentum even in the absence of it. The Stoics understood this deeply. They knew that success was not born from bursts of enthusiasm, but from the daily, consistent actions that shape our character and our lives. They taught that true strength lies not in the ability to act when we feel motivated, but in the ability to act even when we don't. It is in those moments when we don't feel like getting up, when the task seems too daunting, when the world feels like it's against us, that discipline becomes our most powerful ally. Discipline is the commitment to do what needs to be done, even when it is inconvenient, uncomfortable, or unexciting. It is the ability to push through the resistance, to do the work, even when we don't feel like it. It is about building habits that serve us, even when our emotions are not aligned with our goals. The Stoics believe that we should focus on the things we can control: our actions, our responses, our efforts, and discipline is the key to mastering those things. When we rely on motivation, we are at the mercy of our emotions. We wait for the right moment, for the perfect circumstances, for the sudden surge of energy that may never come. But when we rely on discipline, we take ownership of our success. We create our own momentum. Discipline is not concerned with how we feel, it is concerned with what needs to be done. It is about understanding that the path to success is not always smooth, but that the consistency of our efforts day after day is what will eventually get us to where we want to go. The truth is, success is not about feeling motivated every day, it's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that the results will come with time. Discipline gives us the strength to keep going, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. It is the difference between starting something and finishing it, between dreaming and achieving. So, if you are waiting for motivation to strike, stop. Instead, cultivate discipline. Develop the habits, the routines, and the mindset that allow you to keep moving forward, regardless of how you feel. Focus on the process, not the momentary spark of inspiration. Success is not built on motivation, it is built on consistent, disciplined action. When you make discipline your foundation, you will find that success becomes inevitable, not because you are always motivated, but because you never stop showing up. Embrace the present. Let go of the past. Stop chasing the future. We are often prisoners of time, constantly torn between the regrets of the past and the anxieties about the future. We spend endless hours replaying mistakes, holding on to past hurts, and wondering what could have been. Simultaneously, we chase the future, thinking that success, happiness, and fulfillment lie just beyond the horizon, always just out of reach. We believe that once we get there, once we reach that next milestone, everything will fall into place. But in doing so, we miss the most important moment of all, the present. The Stoics understood that the only moment we truly have is now. The past is gone, it cannot be changed. The future is unknown, it cannot be controlled. The only thing that we can control is how we choose to live in the present. Every moment that we spend regretting what has already passed or obsessing over what might come is a moment we lose from truly living. The present is the only time that holds power, the power to act, to make decisions, to create. When we are stuck in the past, we are shackled by things we cannot change. We become weighed down by guilt, by shame, by the things we wish we had done differently. But the Stoic wisdom tells us that our mistakes are not our identity, they are simply experiences from which we can learn. The past is a teacher, not a master. It is there to guide us, but it does not define us. To dwell on the past is to give away the power of the present moment, to sacrifice the opportunity to act today because we are too focused on yesterday's choices. Similarly, when we obsess over the future, we become paralyzed by uncertainty. We imagine all the things that could go wrong, all the obstacles that might arise, and we begin to live in a constant state of worry. We wait for the perfect moment, for the future to provide us with the perfect circumstances. But the future is never perfect, and the only way to prepare for it is by acting in the present. The Stoics taught that the only thing we have control over is today. Today is where our power lies. Today is where we can make a difference. The key to true freedom, to peace of mind, is to embrace the present moment, to let go of the burdens of the past, and to stop chasing a future that may never come. The Stoic practice of mindfulness teaches us to focus on the here and now, to give our full attention to what we are doing in the present, knowing that this is where our power resides. We do not need to change the past, nor do we need to control the future. We only need to make the most of the present. By living fully in the present, we free ourselves from the chains of regret and fear. We release the weight of the past and stop carrying the unnecessary burden of an uncertain future. We give ourselves the space to act, to create, to live, and to find meaning in the small, everyday moments. The present is the canvas upon which we paint our lives, and it is only through embracing it fully that we can begin to shape the future we desire. So, stop waiting for the perfect time to take action. Stop holding on to the if-onlys of the past. Let go of the illusion that success and happiness are somewhere out there, just beyond your reach. Embrace the present, for it is the only time that truly exists. The past is gone, and the future is yet to come. What matters now is what you choose to do with this moment. What will you create? What will you choose today? The power is yours, and it is in the present. The courage to be uncomfortable. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. The path to success is never lined with comfort and ease. It is paved with discomfort, challenges, and uncertainty. Yet, most of us crave comfort. We seek stability, familiarity, and a sense of security. We avoid situations that make us uneasy because they remind us of our vulnerabilities, our fears, and our perceived limitations. But the truth is this: growth cannot happen in the comfort zone. The seeds of personal transformation are sown in discomfort, in the moments when we stretch ourselves beyond what feels safe and familiar. The Stoics, in their wisdom, understood that true progress comes only when we push beyond the boundaries of our comfort. They practiced voluntary discomfort, subjecting themselves to challenges not because they sought suffering, but because they knew that it was through struggle that they would grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The Stoic mindset teaches us to embrace discomfort, to welcome it as a teacher, and to view it not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity. When we choose comfort, we choose stagnation. We choose to remain in a state of complacency where growth is limited and potential is untapped. In this state, we become the prisoners of our own fear, afraid to take risks, afraid to fail. But discomfort is not something to fear. It is something to seek out, for it is in the discomfort of trying something new, of stepping into the unknown, that we uncover our true strength. It is only when we are pushed to our limits that we discover what we are truly capable of. The journey of personal growth requires us to face fear head-on. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears are natural, but they must not control us. The Stoics believe that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. It is in these moments of fear and discomfort that we have the chance to prove to ourselves that we are capable of more than we think. It is through the experience of discomfort that we learn to trust ourselves, to trust our ability to navigate challenges, and to trust that, even if we stumble, we will rise again. In every area of life, whether it's personal growth, career, relationships, or health, the greatest achievements lie just outside our comfort zone. The idea that we must always feel comfortable in order to be successful is a lie. Success comes from the courage to take risks, to put ourselves in situations that challenge us, and to endure the discomfort that accompanies growth. Without this discomfort, there is no expansion, no evolution, no progress. So, when you feel resistance rising, when you feel the pull to stay safe, to stay within what is known and familiar, remember this: growth happens outside your comfort zone. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you choose progress. Every time you take that difficult step, whether it's a conversation you've been avoiding, a challenge you've been putting off, or a risk that scares you, you are moving closer to the person you are meant to become. Do not be afraid of discomfort. Do not shy away from fear. Embrace it, lean into it, and allow it to propel you forward. The more you challenge yourself, the stronger you become. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you unlock your potential. The greatest rewards come not from avoiding discomfort, but from confronting it and growing through it. Be courageous, for it is in discomfort that you will find your true strength, your resilience, and your capacity for greatness. The power of perspective, how to transform your reality. Our reality is shaped not by the events that happen to us, but by how we choose to interpret them. Life in its raw form is neither good nor bad, it simply is. The judgments we place upon it, the meaning we assign to our experiences, are what create our perception of reality. We often fall into the trap of believing that our circumstances define us, that our success, happiness, and well-being are dependent on the world around us. But the Stoics knew that it is not external events that hold power over us, it is our response to them. The Stoics taught that we cannot always control what happens to us, but we always have the power to control how we react. When we shift our perspective, we change our experience. A difficult situation, when viewed through the lens of growth and opportunity, becomes a challenge to overcome, not a burden to bear. A failure, when viewed as a lesson, becomes a stepping stone on the path to success, not a roadblock. It is through the lens of perspective that we can transform hardship into strength and adversity into wisdom. The Stoics practiced the art of cognitive reframing, the ability to view a situation from different angles in order to find a more empowering and constructive interpretation. This does not mean denying the reality of difficult situations or pretending that challenges do not exist. It simply means choosing to focus on the aspects that serve us, that help us grow, and that allow us to navigate life with grace and resilience. When we change our perspective, we stop being victims of our circumstances. We stop viewing challenges as obstacles and begin seeing them as opportunities for growth. When faced with setbacks, we stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in mindset is what allows us to thrive, no matter the circumstances. It is not the events themselves that determine our peace of mind, it is how we choose to interpret them. The power of perspective also lies in the ability to detach from the opinions and judgments of others. So often we allow the views of others to shape our self-worth, to dictate our actions, and to influence how we see ourselves. But the Stoics taught us that the only opinions that matter are our own. When we embrace this truth, we free ourselves from the need for external validation. We stop measuring our worth by the approval of others and begin to cultivate an inner sense of peace that is rooted in our own values, principles, and actions. Perspective also empowers us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. We cannot control the actions of others, the events of the world, or the unpredictable twists and turns of life. But we can control our responses. We can choose how we react to every situation, how we face every challenge, and how we frame every experience. This is where our true power lies. When we focus on our own thoughts, our own actions, and our own mindset, we are no longer at the mercy of external events. We become the creators of our own reality. So, the next time you find yourself caught in the grip of frustration, disappointment, or despair, pause and ask yourself, how can I shift my perspective? What is the lesson in this? How can I use this experience to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient? By training yourself to view life through the lens of perspective, you will find that no challenge is insurmountable, no setback is final, and no obstacle is truly an obstacle. It is all a matter of how you choose to see it. The power to transform your reality lies within your own mind. Choose to change your perspective, and you will change your life. The art of self-mastery, master yourself, master your life. In the world we live in, we often search for control over external circumstances. We desire control over our careers, our relationships, and even the world around us. We believe that if we can manage everything outside of ourselves, we will find happiness, success, and peace. But the Stoic wisdom teaches us a profound truth. True mastery comes not from controlling the world around us, but from mastering ourselves. Self-mastery is the ability to govern your thoughts, emotions, and actions, regardless of external events. It is about building the inner strength to remain calm in the face of adversity, composed in moments of stress, and focused in times of uncertainty. It is the power to choose how you respond to every situation, not based on your impulses or emotions, but from a place of wisdom, discipline, and rational thought. The Stoics believed that the most important thing we can control is ourselves, our own minds, our own attitudes, our own behaviors. When we cultivate self-mastery, we break free from the chains of reactive behavior. Instead of being ruled by our emotions, by anger, fear, or desire, we begin to act with intention. We recognize that our reactions to external circumstances are a choice, and we learn to respond with patience, clarity, and reason. This is not an easy task. It requires a commitment to self-discipline, to understanding our weaknesses, and to consistently making the conscious decision to act in alignment with our higher values. Self-mastery also involves the cultivation of emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions. Emotions are powerful, and they can cloud our judgment, influence our decisions, and impact our relationships. But when we master our emotions, we gain the ability to observe them without being consumed by them. We no longer let our anger control our actions or our fear dictate our decisions. Instead, we learn to use our emotions as a source of information, understanding their origin, and allowing them to guide us toward wiser, more thought actions. The Stoics believed that virtue is the highest form of mastery. To be virtuous is to be in control of yourself, your desires, your impulses, and your judgments. Virtue is not something that is given to us, it is something that we must cultivate through conscious effort and practice. It is about living in accordance with our highest values and principles, even when it is difficult. Self-mastery is not about perfection, it is about progress. It is about striving every day to become the best version of yourself, even in the face of setbacks, challenges, and temptations. By mastering ourselves, we also gain the power to shape our own destiny. When we are not controlled by our emotions, our impulses, or our circumstances, we become the architects of our own lives. We make decisions based on wisdom, reason, and long-term goals, rather than reacting based on immediate desires or external pressures. This empowers us to take ownership of our actions, our outcomes, and our future. So, if you desire to live a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success, begin by mastering yourself. Focus on controlling your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Strengthen your willpower, develop your discipline, and cultivate the virtue of wisdom. Understand that self-mastery is not an endpoint, but a lifelong journey, one that requires constant attention, reflection, and practice. But as you walk this path, you will find that the more you master yourself, the more you master your life. The world may be chaotic, uncertain, and outside of your control, but within yourself, you have the power to remain calm, focused, and unwavering.